Last time on Hakai, Kiboru was erased from existence by Odisu, the leader of the Celestial Mages. As Goku is able to force Liai to run away to somewhere safe, he alone takes on this monster. After revealing he no longer needs to physically transform to utilize his mortal versions of Super Saiyan, he would eventually be pushed to use his God of Destruction powers. Meanwhile, Vegeta and Cooler's fight has also finally reached its conclusion, but who arises the winner? This is part 19 of an ongoing series and was created by Hakai. Support him and catch up fully using the links below. In the aftermath of the Saiyan Frost Demon battle, it looks like at least Vegeta is still alive, so he must be the victor. Though he curses what a miserable pain Cooler's been during the skirmish. It's amazing how much of a threat he's been given the lack of training he's had when compared to the Saiyan. Contrary to what's obvious to us, Vegeta himself worries that if he was knocked out, that must mean he in fact lost the battle. Cooler must have just lost sight of him among the debris and... But quickly being made aware of the more grounded reality, his adversary floats through space as only his left arm remains intact, very similar to his brother years ago. We have to wonder if he's really gone, or Frieza plans to snatch him up and have him rebuilt like he himself was. Getting his memory back, the prince begins to remember the events that just took place. He had the slightest of advantages near the battle's end, leading to most of the explosion's energy being focused on the villain. Looks like he won this time. Still, the situation is not over yet. All nearby planets were destroyed in the ensuing destruction. The atmosphere, once thick and vibrant enough to sustain him, is now vanishing fast. He can feel that most of the oxygen is gone, both from the surrounding area and likely his body itself. There's no certain time frame, but he won't last long as things currently are. And now he's so powerless, he can't even garner the strength to use Kakarot's instant transmission again. If he could simply teleport to another place. And just beelining it the old-fashioned way is also out of the question. He believes that without a doubt, this will result in his demise, despite of the outcome of the fight itself. However, it's not a bad way to go. Actually, winning against someone as mighty as that, it's really the most dignified way for a Saiyan to perish. But the last question on his mind: was he at least able to surpass Kakarot in the end? Back with Odisu's smugness seems to fade from his face as he realizes that Goku's a little different than he thought it'd be. He wonders why his aura is purple like a god of destruction, but his hair is white like an angel. This isn't the form for the destroyers he's accustomed to. He then speculates that his foe calibrated two different powers, Ultra Instinct and Destruction Energy. A few days ago on the planet of destruction. During his training, Vados congratulates her pupil on his hard-earned progress. He's doing amazing. Who he himself, looking like he's seen better days, admits that he never thought of getting to this level so fast. The angel explains that to merge the powers of destruction and Ultra Instinct is something that not even the senior gods of destruction of this generation can do. Still, Goku needs to better control it. If she hadn't held his powers back just now, who knows what kind of damage he could have done to this universe? He could have accidentally done away with an entire South Galaxy, not unlike a legendary myth we were once aware of. The Saiyan agrees. To be honest, he doesn't even know everything he just did. It all happened so fast, he didn't have time to process it. He only felt an extraordinary rush of power surge through his body. At the same time, he felt apathetic, like nothing mattered. And he was calm, like he was using Ultra Instinct. Simultaneously though he craved destruction, he didn't bother to destroy anything. He asks how he's supposed to use the power of destruction and Ultra Instinct at the same time. They should be opposite powers since Ultra Instinct is all about tranquility. The power of destruction causes destructive thoughts. Vados sternly tells that she's already explained this. Although the first steps are to learn the Hakai and to control the energy of destruction are to feel negative feelings. That is not the essence of it. Quoting her, Goku repeats, God of Destruction Essence? He's heard her bring that up a few times, but could she further explain what essence even is? Simply put, the essence of a god of destruction is balance. But she's already said this before. Can she maybe elaborate a little further? Without hesitation, likely understanding the limited amount of RAM Goku has available, she utters that first of all, the job of god of destruction is about balance. balance of comprehending the natural cycle of the universe, and the role the God of Destruction has in it. When a God of Destruction destroys something that is harming their universe, he or she shouldn't feel hate or pity towards it. He should only focus on its destruction in a neutral way. It's necessary to the universe that personal feelings are kept away from this role. Goku must pay a little attention and see if it's not similar to the mental neutrality that Ultra Instinct needs. And looking at it this way, feels more like it's two routes to the same outcome. Neutrality. A destroyer destroys out of necessity, not malice. Ultra Instinct's out of necessity, not benevolence. Exactly the angel's point. Activating her staff, she does state, although the complete mental peacefulness and spirituality and craving for destruction seem like opposites. They both have something in common. Purity. Both need the user's feelings to be completely turned off. And the better one is able to shut them down, the better they'll be able to dominate these powers. The closer Goku can get to the state of purity, he'll begin to understand that they are the same, two sides of one coin. When he achieves this balance, he can get to the neutrality between these two powers, even if they look opposites. Then it'll result in the transformation he just used, likely referring to the form our hero is about to take on in the present time. She further explains that in other words, the more he detaches from his own feelings and clears his mind, the more he'll be able to use the two powers in harmony. To understand the need to destroy his targets, and to put it in the top of his feelings, that is the essence of a God of Destruction. At the same time, he needs to shut down his mind and let his body move freely. That's Ultra Instinct. Taking his turn to speak, Goku questions if that means he'll need to become neutral just like Mr. Beerus or Mr. Whis. He worries that would cause him to become careless to everything in his destructive path, all to achieve this so-called neutrality. Does this also mean he'll become apathetic and lose his very humanity? Technically inaccurate wording, Vados scolds that Goku is not a human anymore. He is a God of Destruction. Returning to the present, as Goku finishes his transformation, Odisu realizes that this is indeed the true demonstration of the power of a God of Destruction, and definitely worthy of his full attention. It looks like the battle is about to start. Goku speeds towards him and shouts for the mage to ready himself. He will now battle Son Goku, the God of Destruction of Universe 6. Impressed with his speed and strength. Doing their back and forth, Odisu manages to guard against a kick to the face, but is sent soaring from the impact. He takes note that his movements are fluid and calm, but pack a lot of strength in each blow. That's the effect of the Angel's Ultra Instinct technique. But that's not all. Although his advances are filled with tranquility and serenity, there's still a lust for destruction too. His attacks are mortal and destructive. The minor break in the action causes Goku to ask what the problem is. Odisu's the one who wanted this, right? Don't tell him he's gonna chicken out now. But the villain has to comment that to fight with this clear state of mind, while balancing the Angel's technique, and still be able to control the energy of destruction completely in battle, he must admit that Goku is much more than he appears to be. Congratulating our hero, he tells that with this short demonstration, he can easily see that he has potential. However, the Saiyan scowls for him to stop blabbering like he's the superior in the situation. Goku doesn't mean to sound arrogant, but his powers are much greater now. And by their little exchange, it's obvious the mage is no longer at an advantage, prompting Odisu to let out a chuckle. The destroyer really thinks that he's at a disadvantage here. What a shameful affirmation. He himself hasn't even started using his real abilities. Asking what he means. The fiend shouts if he's forgotten already. He's a mage. He uses spells and magic and sorcerer things. But if that's all he means, the Saiyan urges him to hurry up and start using these spells of his. He wants to see all he can do before destroying him completely. But figures that would only be fair considering how Goku granted his request of showing his true power. He's ready to show Son Goku the magic of the Grand Sage of Elements, with Goku appearing to showcase a mastered combination of Ultra Instinct and his God of Destruction abilities. Who could possibly hope to put up a good fight against him? At the same time, just what exactly does the Grand Sage of Elements entail? Will magic of all things be the catalyst to prove Goku's undoing, or is it simply a fancy trick to overcome?